Was I wrong for asking my adoptive parents if they have a college fund for me like they do for my sister? I'm a 17-year-old and I was adopted as an infant. My parents were in their late 30s and had been trying to have biological kids for years. It didn't happen for them for more than a decade. So they eventually turned to infant adoption. My birth parents chose them to be my parents. They were there when I was born. My adoptive mom even held my birth mom's hand during labor. After I was born, I went home with them, and that was supposed to be the start of our family story. 3 years after they adopted me, my parents found out my adoptive mom was pregnant with my sister, who's 14 now. I don't know if they started treating me differently after she was born or if there was always a difference that I just didn't notice at first. But I've always felt like my sister is the real child and the favorite dot. My parents absolutely adore her. They spoil her. She got all the cute nicknames, Little Sweetheart, Baby Star, and others. They're obsessed with how she looks like a perfect mix of both of them, my mom's eye color and nose, my dad's hair color and round face and other features. Some of my cousins used to really rub it in. They'd say things like, now they have their real kid, or if they could send you back, they would. My family knew they said stuff like that. But nobody ever seemed to care enough to step in or defend me. I didn't get the same cuddles and kisses my sister did. I didn't get the same one-on-one quality time with each parent. I didn't get spoiled like she did either. They didn't completely ignore me, and I did get gifts, but they definitely spent less on me and bought less for me. Maybe it's because I'm a guy and she's a girl, I don't know. I told my parents a few times that I felt left out. They never really responded. They didn't say whether it was true or not. They just kind of went, oh, and moved on. My sister noticed the difference too, and she'd make fun of it. She used to say she wished she had a real sibling instead of a fake one. Or she'd say our cousins were her real family and that I WA's N single quotes T dot about a year ago. I found out my parents had a huge college fund for my sister. I overheard them talking to my aunt, my mom's sister, about it, how they had invested from a few things and taken from their savings to build it up. They never mentioned having one for me. That really stung. I thought about it a lot. At school, I got asked whether I had money saved for college or if my parents would help. I never knew what to say. I usually said I didn't think so, and then people would talk to me about financial aid. A few months ago, I reached out to my birth parents. My adoptive parents gave me their names and the info they had. My birth parents don't want a relationship with me. My adoptive parents said they expected that would happen, but didn't think it was their place to say. They didn't comfort me or anything afterward. My sister told me I had 4 parents who didn't want me. So I must be broken. 2 weeks ago, my parents asked me to tell my guidance counselor that they're too busy and that she should talk to me directly about college stuff instead of them. I figured she wanted to ask them about money, which is probably why she tried to involve them. That really got to me. So I finally asked my parents if they had a college fund for me like they do for my sister. They immediately wanted to know how I even knew about her college fund and got mad at me for asking. I asked them why they make sure she has money for college. But not me, especially since I'll be going to college first. They told me I was asking questions that were none of my business. It made me feel like crap. Ever since that conversation, there's been a lot of tension in the house. My sister is rubbing it in that she has a college fund, and I don't doubt my parents haven't actually answered the question directly. But them refusing to say anything kind of feels like an answer, right? So now I'm wondering, was I wrong for asking my adoptive parents if they have a college fund for me like they do for my sister?